Hey, welcome back. It's Devon Gall, your friend in sales and marketing fundamentals. Today we're talking about how to build a great team. Last time we learned how to duplicate ourselves. Okay, we've duplicated ourselves. Now we want to run that team into a winning team, all right? And so make sure it is kicking butt and we're still building and we're still growing it, all right? This is gonna be if you're a beginner leader to a intermediate leader to a manager to a director to whatever level of leadership you are, this is going to apply to you, all right? That's the thing about sales and business and management is like the sale is like the beginning, but all these things that you learn in the sale, these are things that just keep happening later on. You get bigger, and as you go up higher and higher, it's the same thing. It's always the same thing. You're doing a lot of the same things constantly. And what worked and just the basic level making sales is going to work at the highest levels of management, the highest levels of team building and leadership, all right? So today we're learning how to make a great team. Just a quick PSA here at Sales Made Easy is have a big notebook, get a large notebook so you can take a lot of notes and get a lot of results. All right. First rule is give every new hire 100%. All right. Maybe you're a newer leader. This is you. This is all you giving them 100%. Maybe you're more a seasoned, experienced leader and you have leaders on your team. You assign them one of your top guy, your second or third in command, and they're giving 100% to this new hire. So you want to make sure your new hire is getting that 100% attention. Have a great image. All right, for as soon as somebody walks into your office for an interview or the first contact they're making with you, maybe on your landing page or your Indeed or whatever it is, like every single detail, when they come in and sit down with you in the face-to-face, how your desk is set up, or maybe you're doing it over a virtual call, a virtual hiring type situation, what's your background look like. They're coming in, now they're meeting with you, they're training with you, they're going out into the field with you. Like, how do you look? How do your leaders look? How does your team already look? It's self-image, it's office image, it's your leader's image, your image, the field's image, right? Maybe you're going door to door and you drive around in a bunch of vehicles. Do you got a bunch of McDonald's bags everywhere, or is everybody's car clean? Is that something that's a big deal to you, right? If you got a squad of people going out taking trainees out in their cars, are you making sure all the cars are clean, right? Field image is very important because this is where they're going to be spending a lot of their time. What I tell my people in the field, if there's a mess and you didn't make it, pick it up anyways, because that's your area. It's in your area. People, the customers are prejudging you, and if they see a little messy booth or area or whatever the heck it is, or you look like a slob, right? They're gonna prejudge you. But the trainees doing the same thing, right? Inspire through confidence, right? Pretty obvious, right? You're not going to be inspired by somebody who's not confident. So we're going to get to that next part here, but you need to be confident all the time. And that means doubly so, 10 times so, 100 times so when things are going not your way, when things are, when things are learning opportunities or things are not going great, that's when you need to be most confident. All right? Do as you say. You're not a boss is a person that tells you what to do. A leader, a true leader, is someone that embodies the words they're saying, okay? They have done it, they still do it, whatever they're telling people to do, they're not asking people to do things that they've never done, right? They do as they say. Be the problem solver, all right? You gotta be the person that fixes things, all right? You gotta be the guy or the girl that says, okay, let's bulldoze through this. Let's find a solution and move on and continue working towards success. All right. So you got to solve your own problems. You got to solve your business's problems. You got to solve your people's problems. You got to solve your trainees' problems. That's your job as a leader. is to remove negatives. The more negatives you can remove, the more chances and opportunities they have to be able to be successful, all right? Act as if everything's under control, just like the inspire through confidence here. Sometimes, all the time. There's something that's not going your way, right? Something's not going correctly in your mind or whatever, or in your business. You gotta act as if it's fine. Everything's under control. Everything's totally under control. The only negatives a trainee knows are whatever ones you introduce to them, all right? So if you tell them you're having a bad day, something's bothering you, somebody did something that it didn't work, shut up, don't tell the trainee about that. The trainee's not there for you to vent to. What they used to tell me, you bitch up, right? Complain upwards, never complain down, right? So everything is always under control in your trainee's eyes. Touch base with each team member consistently, right? This is part of your whole team. So you're touching base with your leaders, you're touching base with your future leaders, you're touching base with your new hires, you're touching base. Touching base is a 3-minute phone call, it's a 7-minute phone call, all right? You don't have to have a freaking 1-hour one-on-one come to the office type scenario every week or something. I'm sure there's people out there that love doing those kind of things, but you're wasting time, all right? You gotta show people you care, you gotta hear them out, and these touch bases are not metrics reviews, okay? You wanna ruin someone quick, just talk about metrics only, right? You do have some metrics you're talking about, you do have expectations you're setting, you're telling them about, but the more important thing is that personal connection, understanding what each individual is going through and how you can help them, right? An in-person is always going to be greater than a call. A call is always going to be greater than a text or an email, all right? So for me, texting or emailing someone, how are they? That's not an option. I don't believe in that. You got to at least call them. You got to at least talk to them. In-persons are, sometimes you run a large territory. Sometimes you're busy. Maybe you can't always do an in-person all the time, but you can always make a phone call, right? One easy way to go about this is just a tried and true method is talk to them about 3 things they're doing well. Ask them, what are 3 things you're doing well? What are 3 things you feel like you're doing really great right now? All right, then what are 3 things you think you can do better? Instead of sitting there and telling them, you need to fix this, you need to fix this, you need to fix this, that's not going to work. All right, the person's going to be like, leave me alone. I can't deal with this shit. Right? What are 3 things you can improve, Mr. or Mrs. New Trainee? And then talk about goals. But don't talk about just work goals. Talk about a personal goal too. So I like to do 3, 3, and 3. 3 things you did well, 3 things you can improve on. And then those are like openings to have a little critical conversation. And then 3 goals, another opening for your critical conversation. But make 2 of them professional goals, make 1 of them a personal goal. Because why are people working? Why are you working? Is it just because for the love of work? Because you believe in your megacorp's vision so much? I doubt it. It's because you have dreams, you have ambitions, you have goals, you have a vision. What is that? The more you understand your people, the more you understand each individual team member, the more you can help them. The more you can help them realize whatever it is that they're working. Maybe you don't agree with it. Maybe it's not something you care about. But you do care about them being successful. And if they care about something, then if you can help them achieve that goal, all your goals are going to automatically happen if you help your people achieve your goals, their goals, all right? So you'll hit your goals if you help your people achieve their goals. Very simplistic concept. Team identity, all right? Show them this team, there's advancement on this team, all right? Maybe there's never been advancement on your team yet, but you've advanced. You're in a leadership position now. So now it's your team. So you are the proof. You are the proof that advancement exists on this team. So you can start from just one person and one trainee. There is advancement on this team. I've advanced to leadership. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to do it. So show them this team offers advancement, right? I've been doing it for a while, so I have multiple promotions. I talk about other promotions, blah, blah, blah. But like any kind of big win or big success, maybe even little medium wins, medium successes, you can talk about these things. Hey, this guy did this girl did this on this team. We set this record, we broke this record, we hold this record, blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is part of your team identity, all right? And team identity's got to be like fun, okay? Like it can't just be like team's ultra salespeople, okay? It's got to be like fun, and it's like something you want to be. Maybe not you, but they want to be part of, right? It's better if you all want to be part of it, all right? I remember my first team name was kind of like a thing that I liked. It was kind of silly, and not a lot of people liked it, so I ended up changing it. So it was like more of like a Devon thing. And then I was like, you know what, I gotta like step back. I gotta make it so everybody can get involved. Everybody can enjoy being part of this team identity, right? This team is fun to be on, right? Maybe you just go out for coffee. Maybe you just do little things together. Maybe you just go out. Maybe you don't have a bunch of money to spend. You just go play Frisbee at the park on your day off or something. You have like a little non-mandatory little fun meeting. You have like a little bring your own casserole picnic or something. Something you can, maybe take them out for a big $500 dinner, your high roller or whatever, but something your team can like be like, oh, it's bowling, oh, we went and played at the arcade. Like, it's fun. Like, this team is not like those other supposed teams that I've been on. This team is cool. This team is fun. I like to be part of this team. All right? And then a vision for your team's identity. We're going to be the number one in the region. We're going to be this. We're going to do this, X, Y, and Z. We're going to do A, B, and C. We are A, B, and C all the time. We got vision here at team identity, right? Lead by example. Pretty obvious. This is the boss versus leader thing. Like, if you're telling everybody to dress nice and then you're showing up in a t-shirt, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You got to lead by example. If you're telling everybody to get excited, be enthusiastic, and you're not enthusiastic, you're not excited, guess what? It's not going to work, right? So you got to lead by example. You got to show. It's a show. It's a show me type thing. Network and steal from other top teams. All right, network and steal from other top teams, right? There's other top teams. Maybe they're in your business. Maybe they're not in your business. Think outside of your business. There are other top teams out there right now. What are they doing? Maybe it's like a sports team and you're really inspired by how the coach does the things. You can steal those things for your sales team. You can do whatever this coach is doing for his football team or whatever. Like other teams that have massive success, you can steal their techniques, all right? If you're not stealing, you're not trying to win, right? So you got to, why try to reinvent the wheel if there's already successful players, successful teams out there? Like, do what they're doing. Just do what they're doing, right? Understand, this goes back to the goals thing, but understand your people's needs, your individual teammates. What are their needs? Some people need lots of money. You'll see that in sales. Some people need family time. Some people need some balance. I don't personally agree with balance. I'm more on the money side, but they like balance. So make sure you're offering things that they need to them, right? Where you can find an actual balance of where they can be profitable, they can make money, but they can also still spend time with family, they don't have to work 70 hours a week to be here. Make sure you're understanding your people's needs. Understand their break-evens. What's that? Like, what are their bills? Like, I like to do budget sheets with my people. I like to, hey, well, how much is your cell phone? How much is your insurance? How much is your car payment? How much is your rent? How much is, as long as they're okay with sharing things, If they're not okay with it, don't force it on them, right? They don't want to tell you how bad their credit card or student loan debt is. Don't force them to tell you. That's not going to work out good for you. But the more they trust you, the more they like you, the more they'll be open to sharing these kind of things with you. But understanding what their break-evens are, because when you understand their break-evens, then you can break that down from a commission standpoint. Well, hey, if you do this, if you make 10 sales, if you make 100 this, whatever commission structure you have, if you do this, that, and this every single month, you'll be able to save money, right? What are their goals? Maybe they want to save $10,000, right? That's a nice starter goal. They want to save 10K. Well, they gotta break even first, and then make whatever, save $2,000 for 5 months straight. So they got to make $2,000 over their break even. So you got to understand their break even. You got to understand their needs, and then how to hit that goal, right? Does that make sense? So then you can really start understanding and getting inside their head, like, hey, you told me this is your goal, and you want to do this in the next 6 months. I'm going to show you how to do it in 5, right? So paint the big picture. What's the big picture, right? Megacorp's vision, yes, but really, no. It's your personal vision. It's your personal team identity's vision. What's the big picture within, the structure that you're living in? Sharing your story and sharing the times you've overcome, because you're a leader now. You're whatever. Maybe you're not a manager yet, but you're going to be, right? But you are a leader, and that's why you're listening to this video. That's why you're taking great notes here. How did you overcome tough times and obstacles? When I was a level 1, tier 1 representative, brand new in sales in the business, like, I loved hearing those stories about the big dogs when they were reps and how they overcame, big supposedly insurmountable odds that other people would quit in, right? So share your story and share the times that you overcame, that you persevered. People are going to buy into you and your vision and your story. They're not, some maybe work for a great company and they won't buy into that to a degree, but that will wear off, all right? They're buying into you and your team's identity and your vision. So share, be open about how things may have been a little bit tougher, or how you found ways to get around or get through things, right? And then my last tip here for building a great team is remember, and I stole this, I stole all this. This is all stolen, all right? No one cares how much you know until they know how much you care, all right? So remember, no one cares how much you know until they know how much you care, all right? And as you see, a lot of these things, understanding their needs, their goals, whatever they're looking for, you're showing them that you care. It's not just that you tell them, hey, I care, and then just, hey, back to business, back to metrics readouts, right? You show them that you actually care, and people are going to open up and be responsive. And then you know what happens? You start building more leaders when you do this kind of stuff. When you start, like, really having your people's back like this, you're going to create people on your team that are going to go to war for you, all right? That's what you want. That's how you build a real great team, is people, they trust you. They know, hey, this person has my back. This person's helped me do things I've never done before. I will do anything they ask me. So, thank you so much for coming down. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.